So there's a trend on here that says like, this is what got me back into reading, this is what I'm reading. But I just want to show you some of the books that got me back into reading a couple of years ago. So the first one was Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is only Penelope Douglas that I've been able to enjoy. It's one of my favorites. Pike Lawson is one of my favorite book boyfriends, as well as their meet cute in before they know who they are. It was amazing, and it was my first like boyfriend's dad type situation. And the smut in here was, I was so scandalized when I first read. Then The Naughty King by Karina Halley. I read other books in this series. It's like royals that are out in the world sort of kind of thing. This is a nanny royal romance. She is hired by the Naughty King to look after his children while he's working, and she like brings him back into the fold, into the family, and being like a family member and more like a father. So I really love this. And her name was Aurora, and I've always remembered the name because they were like, oh my god, you should be a princess because your name is like Aurora. Now, I feel like every girly who's been on her romance journey has found Audition. I was obsessed with her books. I read this. The second one, I think it was Scandalous, and then I read Vicious by her. I loved her. I found this in Bangkok, and I found like French versions for my best friend and got her hooked as well. I just remember the scene when he's laughing at how she's dressed. She had like bumblebee stockings or something. Hilarious. It is a bully romance. It's enemies to lovers. It was amazing. It got me hooked. Oh, I love it. And then on the fantasy scene, Spinning Silver, I was just Naomi Novik. I think I read Uprooted first, which I do enjoy, which I did enjoy, but I loved this one the most. Spinning Silver, Miriam making that coin, people thinking that it's some magical power, but she was just working and making money, getting transported into magical worlds. The whole thing was just fantastic, and I recommend everybody to read this because it is just, it's just like quintessential fairy tale type of fantasy. There's strong women in it. There is, because Miriam becomes a money lender or starts a money collector because her father is not doing it properly and because people are taking advantage of him, so she starts doing it, and then she becomes successful in it. But she is Jewish, so people have in this world, they're very anti-Semitic. It's old Russia, and the only Jewish family in the community, and so people are like, oh my god, they're making money because they're Jewish. So trigger warning for anti-Semitism. It's very little, and she like brushes it off like, you're dumb, I'm working, get over it, which I enjoy. And I've never read a book that has it and handles it so effortlessly, because she didn't let it get to her, and it could have been a terrible situation, but she just kept it moving, and she ends up going into a magical world and handling shit there. So I loved that. Those are the books that kind of got me into reading many moons ago. I also, you can see there, sorry, I've got the there, Throne of Glass. Do you know how many times I read Throne of Glass? I was obsessed with Throne of Glass. Obsessed. Like, I've read every book in the series once, but Throne of Glass, the first book, I read at least 10 times. The whole training montage, the whole getting her out of the jail, I loved it. Yeah.